Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Storytime with Essential Oils for Moms. I am just like super pumped about this one. And this is my first video in my new house. So you guys saw my old house and we were in their apartment, and now we're doing this from my bedroom while we're having work done in our house. So excuse all of the noise and the craziness, but as I was just talking to our guest speaker a minute before we started, getting on live here, it's like you just keep going and you keep doing things even amongst all the craziness. So, and she's a perfect example. So I am really excited to have our guest speaker and mom from Canada on with us. She's just been like pushing hard, pushing strong. Last month, she was one of our top enrollers with our team, our oil leadership team, which means she's helping a lot of people with oils and just loving health. And she has a great story. And Breanne, so I have some questions for you, and I want to bring you on and just share some of your love for the oils and the business. But I want to welcome Breanne Hope on as our guest speaker, and I'm just so excited. And finally, because this was like our third time of getting times where we can both connect. So I was really excited I can finally nail her down and we can talk. So welcome, Breanne. I'm just pumped to bring you on, and I just want to open up with you sharing a little bit about yourself, your family, where you're from, and sort of how you found doTERRA.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. Yeah, we've been super busy because we're actually buying a house too. So yeah, it's like just one of those things we're trying to coordinate. But I'm from Vancouver Island originally, and now I live out in the Kootenays, which is really rural southeastern British Columbia. So I travel back and forth visiting my family, and yeah, my husband and I live on an acreage in the middle of nowhere. Actually, the closest town to where we are is about 45 minutes away. So we've got a big chunk of land right on the lake. We've got a young daughter named Winnie. She's super cute, year and a half old, and a bunch of animals and wild animals, pet animals, and the whole wilderness behind us. So really tight knit community, as you can imagine. Rural communities are, super close and tight knit. And yeah, we love it out here. I really wanted to escape the hustle and bustle of Vancouver Island. It was just so busy there. So we settled somewhere, that makes us really happy.
I love it. I love it. And so how did you guys find doTERRA? It sounds like you're already a natural kind of lifestyle and family. And so how do oils fit in, and how did you find them?
Well, I did a course in herbal medicine before I found doTERRA. Like I've always used, the tea tree, oregano, lavender. That was like pretty much very obvious in this kind of, we're kind of in like the hippie belt of British Columbia, kind of where all the people that escaped the Vietnam War came up from Canada. So we really are like right smack in the middle of natural land. Everyone here is aware of essential oils and their benefits. And my friend Leave, who's in my upline, she found me. We had both just had a baby, and I'm a chef by trade, but there's no childcare where we are. It's very rural here, so I knew I was never going to be able to work again until someone opens up a daycare. So, yeah, it was just perfect timing. She came to me with these oils, and I could smell immediately just the true descentness. I've got a big herb garden. Like I said, I'm a herbalist, so I know what lots of these plants are supposed to smell like in real life. And every one I smelled from doTERRA was true descent, so I was hooked.
Wow. Okay, that's awesome. And do you use any of the oils in cooking too, if you're a chef,
Oh
or
yeah, yeah.
ones from your backyard?
Yeah, because we're 45 minutes away from the closest store, I'm often finding myself wanting to make something really inspired and then not having what I need, particularly cilantro and lime. Like we love tacos, but cilantro goes bad. So even yesterday I made pico de gallo. I didn't have cilantro or lime, so I used oils, and they work so fantastic in any kind of dairy or coconut based desserts, and in any sort of marinades and salad dressing, stuff like that. I use them a lot.
I love that. And then also Cinco de Mayo is coming up, so that would be a good one for people to put in the lime and the cilantro to kind of add more flavor
Yeah.
to the holiday. I don't know if you guys do it there or not, but
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
okay, like we all do it.
Yeah, I love Mexico. So like I've got friends that live down there, and yeah, so Mexican food is one of my favorite. I'm not a vegan, but it's so healthy and so vegan friendly. So like a lot of people here do have dietary restrictions. So it's a crowd pleaser. It's easy to cook.
Any excuse to eat tacos, I'm in. So I love
Yeah.
Okay, so what are some of your top favorite oils? Like, and or doTERRA products in general, but I'd love to hear the oils and if you have other products, because a lot of people don't realize that we have other products too. But what are your top oils, and then maybe your other products that doTERRA has that you use?
Well, that's a really tough question for me because I'm a herbalist. Like, okay, so I was actually hanging out with one of my friends the other day and we were smelling my box of oils, well, my 2 boxes of oils, and she only liked one out
Oh,
of the whole thing.
oh,
Can you believe that? She like Citrus Bliss. That was the only one she liked.
that's a
And I was like, holy cow, that's cray cray. And so for me, I like every single one equally because I'm a herbalist and I just know the medicinal benefits of them all. So I can't really be prejudiced. I'm just like, I love them all equally. I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm not going to use that one because it doesn't smell good. I'm like, okay, which one works best in this application? That's the one I'm going to use. But, my go-to, my Passion Balance Whisper Roller, this is like the one I use. Like, that's kind of my perfume roller. So this is the one I use definitely every day on myself.
wait, what was that? Passion, balance, whisper.
Equal parts of Passion, Balance, and Whisper. That's like, it's
Beautiful.
just my sexy smell, so that's definitely the one that goes on my body just regularly. But yeah, like I can definitely see the balance of all of them. And then other products wise, honestly, I'm still finishing off my prenatal vitamins from when I had my baby, so I haven't started the LLV yet. But my husband has been taking the Lifelong Vitality and he's always had energy issues. So the change in him, like his energy levels, and they say his descriptive word is like they make me remember to breathe more, and like just his change in energy makes it my favorite product because like he's just more help around here and all these kind of things. So just yeah, making yourself familiar about the supplements we have is huge. And then the Terrazyme, I've noticed a good change in my digestion. I didn't even know I had bad digestion until I started taking the Terrazyme. So that was, something to check out. You may not think you have bad digestion, but try some digestive enzymes and then see what you think after that.
Okay, that I have a comment on that because that is literally probably so the Lifelong Vitality is like doTERRA's top seller of all of their products, right? But so I tell everyone about the Lifelong Vitality, and then I also tell everyone, especially the women, because all women like a flat belly, right, or not feeling bloated. But so I tell everyone about the Terrazyme, and I swear that's like becoming one of our top sellers because you notice the difference, and like right away,
Yeah.
like not to be gross on here, like so I like just let's just keep it digestion.
Yeah.
Is
I
very good.
I actually left out a tidbit of information for that exact same reason, but I think we're talking about the same thing.
It just helps everything smooth.
Smooth sailing.
Yeah. And you don't feel any bloating, and it just feels like okay, this is how I'm supposed to feel. I mean, you could eat. I mean, not that you want to eat whatever you want, but if you go out to eat, or if you eat things that you're not normally eating, or just even the food that you're processing regularly, it just helps it, and you just feel good. So it's funny. I mean, I've shared that with so many people, and even if they're not a believer in supplements and they take nothing else, they're like, I can't go without that one because it just makes them feel so good. So that's funny.
And the other addition to like my newest favorite product that we make is the Lumo diffuser. It's just the most gorgeous, like crowd pleasing diffuser that we have, and like I can't get enough of it. Like the sunset orange setting, it just goes so well in my home, and just I love that option of like creating a different mood with the different colors, and yeah, it's beautiful.
Oh, I love that. I love that. So okay, in your roller that you made, how many drops did you put in that? Well, that was a 10 milliliter. For people watching, they're going to want to know. Did you just guess or
Uh,
10 drops of each?
no, like 12 to 15 drops of each. I
Okay.
think I started with 12 and then I just went for the full 15 because 45 drops in that still only fills it up like 2/3 of the way. So then, I thought that was a good ratio for me anyways.
I love it. That's a beautiful one. I've not blended those three together, so I'm going for it. I
Yeah,
can.
blending blends. Okay? It's one of those things you're like, oh, should I put that many oils together? But you just gotta sometimes.
That's beautiful. I love it. Okay, so what made you become a wellness advocate?
Ooh, well, mostly just the timing. It was just perfect timing for me. I needed a job and the oils were amazing. And my husband has been working for the past, couple of years while we've had our kid, and just being presented with the opportunity that maybe he can quit his job and do his passion projects and I can be the breadwinner. Like, I'm the gung-ho person in the family. I'm the doer. I'm like the motivator. He is very happy just to be home doing chores and that kind of thing. So if we in a couple of years could switch roles and I could be the full-time worker and he could just be here being happy, that's all I want.
I love it. Something you guys have it all worked.
Yeah, exactly. And then just doing something cool, like selling oils is super cool. It's super fun. It's not just a 9 to 5 job. I'm just like, this is what people are like, this is what you do. You just bring oils to people and let them smell them and smell them with them. I'm like, yeah, that's what I do. And they're impressed, So
I love it. And so last month, okay, so this is not a question that was on the questionnaire, but so last month you were hustling and you were sharing the oils. What's your favorite way to share oils with someone?
One-on-one for sure. I don't do a lot of one-on-one because I live rurally, and that's probably why I love it the most, because I get to sit down with people and do that. So, I try and do lots of just kind of Skype meetings and things like that, but just sitting down with a friend and drinking tea and smelling oils and getting to really watch their reactions when they smell each one and discuss with them why they like certain oils and things like that. Like, that's my favorite way. I do lots of vendor events, and I would say that is my least favorite way. So, like, in a vendor event in a weekend, you see, 1,000 people. So I can obviously see I like the opposite, which is just sitting down with people.
I love that. We have a question that came in. So Christy, Breanne, do you find it hard to share oils in a small rural community, or any tips?
I don't, because I have such a great resource on Vancouver Island. Like, I travel back and forth to where I'm from, and I've got a big family there, and I'm really outgoing. So yes, here in my small rural community, like, you do eventually exhaust your resources, but there are outlying towns that are close. There's always a reach. You've got a chamber of commerce that helps you and stuff like that. So, it's hard some days, but then all of a sudden you meet somebody that you've never met before, or some opportunity comes along to do something social that you didn't know was there. And, so with the internet, I'm going to say not as much as it would be without.
Right. Well, and you just said it exactly, that you meet all these people that you didn't know. And if you do a class, and there's people there who have people who are other towns, and that's how it grows. I mean, you and me are different countries, and you just connect with people from any state, any country, we're all over the place. But Breanne, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, it's our 6 degrees of separation, right? Yeah. So our spider web even if there is another girl here that does sell oils too, with doTERRA, she's not on my same team, but her spider web, her 6 degrees of separation goes out a different way than mine does. And we really don't butt heads or cross paths a lot.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Christy said, thank you. So I have a question too. So Breanne, for people who are watching right now, and of course they can reach out online. I mean, again, there's no limit on what we can do or who we can connect with. But for anyone who's listening right now that lives in your area, that's not already working with someone in doTERRA, how would they get a hold of you? Do you have a Facebook page? Do you have an email? What like, for me to broadcast this, what would be the best way for them to get a hold of you?
If you're in Caslow, I've got brochures at Sunnyside Naturals and at the Bluebell Bistro. Otherwise, you can just go to my website, essentiallybalancedlife.ca, and that's probably the easiest way. And you can also find my Facebook page, Essentially Balanced Life. So, pretty simple.
Breanne, let's put those in the comments so people can find you after. So they can. When I upload this to YouTube, I'll add them to the description so they can find you and put your links. I love it. Perfect. Okay, so let me skip one question. I'll come back to it. So we were talking about your goals, and eventually you'd love to just be like the main worker, right, and have doTERRA be it for you guys, which is a huge goal, and a lot of people have that same goal. What are your goals with doTERRA? I mean, is it the lifestyle? What would change in your life besides, you said, bringing your husband home and you working? What other goals do you have?
Well, I don't know. That would really be it. You know, we're pretty lucky out here because we own our property, so we don't have like the giant amount of expenses as the other people do. Also, because we're rural and there isn't the temptations of the big world. So, um, you know, obviously leading a team and inspiring people. Like I've got lots of people on other teams that always, you know, because I'm a top enroller a lot of months, I have people from other teams that are constantly telling me how inspiring I am. So that feels really good. And like, as that happens more and more, I think I'll start to feed off that and want it. But yeah, so, you know, becoming a good leader is probably a good goal because once you get to a certain place in this company, you have to shift from an advocate to a leader. And that is kind of where I'm at right now. And that transition is pretty exciting.
I love that. And that's exactly, like, if you are familiar, and I have this as our cover photo in our group, but for people watching, you start off with your belief in the oils, and then you believe in your, or in the company, then you believe in yourself, then you believe in your team, and, you know, and as you move up, then you're making a global impact, which is where the fun is, honestly. What you're saying with the leadership, you're helping people on a massive level with that ripple effect. And so with you and your leadership, and so you're already doing that. I love it.
And you know, like, nobody regrets bringing doTERRA into their life. So there's never been, you know, there's never a negative experience with sharing oils. Maybe it's not for somebody, like, and that's okay. But the people that do get on the oil train and do join doTERRA, they don't regret it ever. Like, you know, people are always thanking you, and like, it's a very thankful job. It's not a thankless job like lots of people are stuck in. So
exactly,
yeah, it feels good.
Okay, so how has doTERRA impacted your life so far?
Well, it gets me out in the world. You know, I live in the middle of nowhere, like I said, so it really, you know, it keeps me connected with my family because I travel back and forth way more than I used to. So I know my mom's happy. Hey, mom, if you're watching, I'm sure she's like, yay. And then, yeah, just really, you know, for shy people, I'm not super shy, as you can tell already, but it just, yeah, it keeps your relationship strong and it gets you out in the world, which it's good for your mind, body, and soul to have personal connections, right? So
I love it.
Yeah.
Love it. You are like, I can tell why you're so successful. You just down to earth, motivated, care about helping others, and you know a lot about the oils.
Yeah.
And you don't have to be a herbalist to do this, right? That's just an extra bonus for you. So I think
totally.
Your customers are going to be extra lucky because you have all this inside information. So that's awesome. Okay, so last thing. So if somebody was here, and you sort of already like touched on this a little bit, but if they've never used oils before, what would you say to them?
I would say just try them. They work, and you're not going to regret it.
Yeah, I
but
love
only doTERRA, of course.
From the herbalist mouth, yes.
Yes.
Quality of.
Hey, and I want to be able to use them internally, and you know, lots of people's fears are that I'm not going to be able to use them. Like I'm not going to get, like I'm going to put them in a cupboard and I won't use them. But with these ones, you can cook with them. Like I've got customers that literally just buy oils to keep on their spice rack or in a drawer in their kitchen. Like they're so much more versatile than other oils, so they're really fun.
I love it. I love it. Well, I'm so glad that we were able to finally connect and get this video up and kind of highlight you to the world so your team can see this, your customers, and everybody, you know, in the whole essential oil world. Hopefully they're inspired by you. We're getting their comments. Christy says again, thank you so much. It's been so awesome.
You're welcome, Christy. Yeah, thanks. My pleasure.
All right. Well, thank you, Breanne. And I will get this up and we'll get your links up. And I just want to, you know, say thanks for getting on and sharing your love with everyone.
Yeah.
All right. Bye.
Thank you so much. Bye.